everybody, this is Raven. Welcome back to my channel. So if you haven't already seen the title, this video is going to be based on some Temu perfume dupes. Specifically, I'm going to be showing you some perfumes that I got off of Temu.com to review, and these are dupes of the Tom Ford fragrance. I might get more in the future, who knows? But if you want to stay tuned and see what the video is going to be about, please like and subscribe to my channel. Make sure you click the notification bell so that you can be made aware of when I post. We do post videos on my channel once a week. And yeah, let's get right into it. Now, the Lost Cherry fragrance is something that I have had my eyes on for a while, and this is the dupe that I got from Temu.com. Now, I am going to insert somewhere maybe up in here a clip or a little picture of the fragrance that this is duping, and then I'm going to show you the specs for the Temu version on the app. But this one is supposed to be a dupe of Lost Cherry. The bottle looks pretty identical to me. It looks pretty close. And it's in like the glass. It has like the top. These are supposed to be magnetic. I will say with this one, maybe it was the packaging was faulty, but the top doesn't stay on that well. So I typically don't pick this up from the top because it will fall. But it does have the sprayer like most fragrances, and it does come out in a pretty steady stream, which I like. In terms of scent, it does have the Lost Cherry scent. It's very comparable. I will say that the Lost Cherry by Tom Ford is a little bit stronger and a little bit more boozy in terms of the scent that you're getting. Because in this one, and I'll insert the scent profile in it because I can't remember off the top of my head, but when they give you the packaging, you don't get any of that on the pack. You just get the ingredients on the back, which is most of it's in Chinese, some of it's in English, and then it just tells you what it is. But I will say, wearing this fragrance out in public, the most longevity that I've gotten out of it was maybe at the minimum 1 hour and at the maximum 3 hours. I didn't get anything else from that just because the fragrance wasn't as strong as I would have liked. Was it bad? No. Could it have been better in terms of longevity and like the lasting power? Yes. This is definitely one of those fragrances that you're going to have to layer, or you're going to be disappointed. So I highly suggest pairing it with another cherry-based fragrance to heighten the scent, or you can layer it on top of like a lotion that may be cherry scented. Vanilla fragrances would pair very well with this as, you know, also. My favorite, typically, if I do wear this, I'll pair it with Kayali Vanilla, Kayali Burning Cherry. You can pair it with just a plethora of other things. I definitely say research the notes and then go from there to help you find a fragrance that's complementary to it, but would also allow you to truly experience just like a dupe in general. Because like I said, it's not intended to be the actual fragrance. It's just that it's an impression, an imitation. It's a dupe. I'm trying to get the light to adjust so you guys can see it. There we go. But I definitely suggest that if you are interested in something like this, purchase it. I'll include the price in the video as well so that you can see how much I paid for it in comparison to the Tom Ford fragrance. Now, if I had to pick what I'd rate this out of like 10 in terms of the look, the scent, the lasting power, and the overall product, I'd give it about maybe a 7 or an 8 out of 10. And that's just me being pretty generous, just because I didn't put my expectations super high when going into buying the fragrance. I figured that it probably would not be exactly like the original Tom Ford because it is an impression or it's a dupe. So I wanted to go in with an open mind, but not have my heart too set on, girl, you're getting, you know, Lost Cherry, because if I want Lost Cherry, I need to be paying $295, $300 plus for it. You know, that's just being honest. So I definitely think, like, for me, the scent is very pleasant. Like, I sprayed it a couple of seconds ago and it's still wafting around. It does smell really nice. It's not too strong. It's fragrant. It does have a nice scent. And I do think it'll complement a lot of like people if you're into that sort of smell. It is sweet. It's fruity. It's a little nutty, but ultimately it is, like I said, it's not the Tom Ford Lost Cherry. It's meant to just simply be an impression. But I definitely guarantee if you buy it, you may like it, because I did. But again, in terms of like, if you're really just looking to have that Tom Ford fragrance, I suggest spending the extra money and getting it. But if you just want to start with something small to maybe give you an idea of where this scent is going in terms of like the fragrance, just the look of it, and you're just doing it for the aesthetic, then yes, I would suggest getting the Temu dupe version of the Lost Cherry. Now, again, total disclaimer, I purchased these myself just because I wanted to see what they would be like. I definitely say going into it, be open-minded, just know what you're getting into. Make sure you patch test yourself when you're testing these fragrances so that you can figure out if you're going to have a reaction to it, whether it be allergically or on your skin. Just make sure you're taking the proper precautions when you're ordering stuff like this, and just be safe. But now we're going to move on to our next fragrance, which will be the Bitter Peach, and we're going to cover that now. Okay, so we're moving on to the Bitter Peach Tom Ford dupe review. Now, this one out of the 3 that I purchased was probably my least favorite. And that's just being honest, because I didn't really care for the scent, but also because I couldn't remember exactly what the Bitter Peach smelled like. So first we're going to get into the packaging. Same as the Tom Ford Lost Cherry. This is the box. It's supposed to be a dupe of the actual fragrance itself. I'm going to insert a clip of it somewhere up here so that you guys can see. But it also, like the other one, includes the ingredient list on the back so that you know what's in the fragrance. And then it has all the information. This particular vendor on Temu is called Biotic. They do a lot of higher end fragrance dupes and impressions, and Tom Ford is one of their main ones and their best seller. So like I said, this one is the Bitter Peach. Now, from my knowledge, the Bitter Peach scent is supposed to be like a roasted like peach. I think it has some floral notes in there and maybe a little bit of spice. Now, personally, me spraying this, y'all, it smelled like window cleaner. It smelled like Awesome Orange. That's exactly what it reminded me of. Now, I can't really remember when I sprayed the original fragrance, like the actual Bitter Peach Tom Ford, if that was what I was getting, because I remember liking it. But this one, not so much. And for it to be a dupe, I just really thought that it could have given more. Like, in comparison to the Lost Cherry was more fragrant. It actually has an actual cherry sweet scent. This to me just smells like window cleaner. Like, it smells like Pledge. It smells like, again, the most like obvious thing I can say, it smells like Awesome Orange. Like, that's what it reminds me of. It smells like I just cleaned my bathroom. Like, I don't think you get peach. If anything, with this one, it's a lot of alcohol in the scent. It's very alcoholic, and that was something that I also did not care for, was the amount of alcohol that it had. But the packaging was still cute. It's pretty true to the Tom Ford line itself. It looks exactly like it, but I would say in terms of like scent, it was not doing it for me. Now, if I had to pick in terms of like longevity, the scent it lasts. Once you spray it on your skin, it kind of gets like a little spicy. You do get like that warm fragrance, but then at the top of the dry down, it smells like cleaner. It smells like bathroom cleaner. And that's not something I particularly want on my skin. So with this fragrance, I really don't use it often. I literally just keep it for the aesthetic reasons. It's not one that I grab for to spray because it just does it for me. In terms of, like I said with the previous perfume, in terms of scent, lasting power, the packaging, and overall look, I would give this one a 6 out of 10. And that's me being pretty generous because, like I said, I wasn't going into this thinking it was going to be that great. But for something to try, it's okay. But again, if I had to pick, I wouldn't purchase this again. I'll definitely have to go back and re-smell the original Tom Ford Bitter Peach to see for myself if this is what it truly smells like or if that impression just stinks. But again, that was the Bitter Peach. Like I said, it didn't get a good scoring on my rating, but hopefully the real one does live up to its name. But in terms of the dupe, y'all, Bitter Peach did not do it for me. Okay guys, so I am filming right now to do the outro of this current video that you're watching. So initially this video was supposed to be a review of 3 Tom Ford fragrance dupes, but we only got around to doing 2. Had some technical difficulties. I didn't get a chance to insert the last clip, which was supposed to have been for the Rose Prick dupe, which was my favorite, which kind of made me mad, but we'll get back to this. I just wanted to get on and take the time to properly close out my video. And thank you all for taking the time to watch and review my content. It does mean a lot to me, and it makes me want just as much to make more of these videos that you guys like and enjoy. I hope that you did enjoy my review of the Lost Cherry dupe and of the Bitter Peach. I tried my best to be as thorough as I could and insert as many informational images as I could get you guys so that you could see the comparison between what I thought and what was advised. Again, like I said before, these were dupes off of Temu. They're not the real fragrances. They're meant to be impressions. So if you wanted to purchase these, you can at your own expense and just to see what you like. I mean, for only like $8 or $9 a bottle, it's not that bad. It's kind of a steal. So I highly encourage you guys to look into it. And if you also have any dupes that you'd like to suggest to me, please let me know in the comments, or you can message me directly across any of my social media handles. I'll make sure they're linked below in the comments, and also in the end of the video, you'll see them as well. And I mean, other than that, like, I think for me, recording the video was really awesome because I got to talk about these fragrances and my experiences with them. So I hope that you guys can get to purchase them or just dupes of your own and like review them yourselves. And if you do happen to do some reviews, please tag me and let me know so your girl can get the come up on some dupe videos as well, because I'm always into finding out new fragrances and discovering some scents that may be I guess undupable, or some that you may think are comparable. But that's all I got for now for you guys. Thank you so much for taking the time to watch my videos. Remember to always like, comment, and subscribe so that you can stay up to date with what I post. Turn on the notification bell so that you can get notified quickly for when I post content. Again, I do post once a week. That may increase or decrease depending on how I feel, but for now it's once a week, and we'll work on getting that at a different number later. But I just wanted to thank you guys and say I truly appreciate it. And I will see you guys in the next video.